And welcome to part 10 of the Lego City Undercover playthrough. So we're now trying to make a getaway from the bank now because we just stole the Master Emerald from the bank, and now I have
Master Emerald.
Basically, it's technically the bell pepper emerald's what they call it, but it's basically the size of a Master Emerald.
Well, no, it's kind of slightly tinier, don't you think?
I guess like. I'm not sure how Lego scaling works in comparison with the real world.
Fair.
Yeah, if we like take a look at these streetlights and compare like the height with vehicles, they looked about the same comfortable measurements as in the real world. We just don't know how dumbed down to the scale that is. So we'll just have to see what the model of the bell pepper emerald looks like, and then boot.
Like the world's built different.
Yeah, and then it's just built different. Nice. I also like because of this jet-powered snowplow, it's technically a heavy vehicle. I'm just blowing away all these police cars right now. They're just flying as I ram into them, which is awesome.
Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Especially like that. That is awesome. Right there, yeah. And there are certain select vehicles within the game itself that actually have this nitro thing. You just hold down Y, like in the top left portion of the screen. Oh, police truck. I thought that one broke because of Frank, but I guess not. Blow it up, yeah!
I think it would have blown up from hitting the ground, but you know.
You really aimed for that, didn't you?
I did. I was like, wait, that truck was supposed to be broken. Let me fix that. Yeah, in the top left portion of the screen, if you can look, there's some nitro tank. Some vehicles have that nitro tank thing there, so you just hold Y, wait for it to recharge after you use it, and there you go, extra boost of speed. That motorcycle is really trying to get me.
Yeah,
he's trying. Oh, never mind.
Trying to get first place.
Oh, yeah. Whee! Epic. And we've made it, gang. Alright, let's see the model of the bell pepper emerald right here.
There you
It's broken.
One ridiculously massive emerald.
It seems to take up the entire trunk space of that vehicle. So,
I mean, only
maybe it's... Yeah, I guess it is a bit smaller than the Master Emerald. Just like
Close enough.
boot up your copy of Sonic Adventure and try to realistic proportion size that stuff, right? The quote hedgehog or the animals are basically like half the size of the humans in that game.
What?
Yep.
That thing's worth hundreds of thousands. You're gonna
Yep.
bankrupt us. Why did you do that?
To get in with Vinny Papalardo's gang. Chan was working for him.
You got into Papalardo's gang? We've been trying to pin a crime on him for years.
It's almost as if you guys' police force isn't really that good when Chase isn't around now, is it?
Got a job for you. You're gonna get me.
I don't know what would give you that idea.
Oh man. So yeah, we're technically working under both Chan Chuang and Vinny Papalardo. It's just that neither of the two actually have knowledge that we're working for the other one.
Just use your communicator.
I see.
Yeah, so we're going undercover in Lego City Undercover. Nobody knows.
Hey, Ellie.
Exactly.
We're on the neutral side.
The neutral side,
I
right?
didn't even know it had one.
Right. Yeah, I kind of wish they had made some sort of like plot relevance or to stuff. Like either one of the mafia leaders could have figured out you're actually working for the other guy, but you're loyal to me. You frick. Yeah, but they don't really. It's because there's some sort of hierarchy within the gang members here. Like the Chinese mafia that Chan runs, like he doesn't want anybody else to know that he's actually working for the Italian mafia. So it's kind of covert like that.
Instead of the suspects.
But not Frank proof.
So I guess I could ask here, like, what other open world games have all of y'all played before?
Fallout.
Like, I'm assuming we've all played Grand Theft Auto 5, right?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
my guy.
A little bit.
A little bit for you?
I'm pretty sure me and Cameron are the highest level playing GTA Online between the four of us, and Cameron's played the fucking story like 5 times over, so fun.
I see. I don't think
I don't know what the fuck Cameron's doing.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, cool. Yeah, I just want to know like what other like open world experience you guys have.
It's a good question.
I mean, you played the Spider-Man PS4 game, right? That's technically one, right?
Yeah, I played the Spider-Man like PlayStation games, the more recent ones. Yeah. Trying to think what else counts. Oh, I guess Subnautica would probably count.
Oh, yeah, that technically counts.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like there is like an idea of an objective to like finish the game,
an
but like, you don't have
really
to try to go for that. There's like a bunch of
Yeah, you
extra
can
stuff
do
you
what
can
the fuck
do
you
too.
want.
Like
Breath of the Wild tank counts as well, doesn't it?
That's it. I am splitting up with Janice.
What is it this
Do you
time?
mean like there's a story
of not
within
trusting
Subnautica,
her.
but there
She
are
really
also
said that?
extra stuff that you can do after you
She
complete the
wrote it
story?
in her
I mean,
diary.
you can completely ignore it and enjoy the game.
Oh,
I mean, quote unquote story. You're kind of just dropped in and you get information from like leftover audio logs.
Oh, is it more along the
lines
lines of like
Yes.
like a
Well,
non-linear
there's
adventure
your
then, kind of like Breath of the Wild?
That's a
Yeah.
hot
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say it counts.
Yeah, I guess open world doesn't
Okay, gang.
technically
It's that
specify
time.
what.
Open world was kind of vague.
The open
All
world
these
is
guys
very
we've been
vague.
having steal cars. So
Like
listen up.
the term open world, like sandbox. I think
You're
that's the
meeting
other
Ray on
kind
the
of
balcony of the
Minecraft
pharmacy.
thing
Wait,
that's
Bobby's
also
waiting
usually
in the
described.
alley
Because I
next to
think what they
James.
mean by the term
And
sandbox
bang,
is
you're
that
gonna
like
take delivery of a
you're
rare
in
car from Blake
a
at the livery
box
point.
and
If
you have to
understand
dig
your
through the
job,
sand.
you'll be perfectly
I don't like
silent.
sand. It's
Off
coarse
you go.
and rough,
You
and
know,
irritating.
we make a
It
lot
gets
of
everywhere.
It gets
Sold
everywhere.
cars ourselves.
Proof of 3 crimes.
Yeah, I think sandbox really means like you can go digging through the sand, or as in like you explore through the game and uncover more folds and maybe some treasure hidden in there.
All of those meeting points.
Reminds me of a Club Penguin treasure hunting game that was like seasonal on the
This is an
mobile,
emergency.
not mobile, on the online server thing for a while. It was a seasonal game that happened when the developers decided to have the pirates visit the island. Yeah, there's a sandbox minigame in there where you have to like uncover rows of sand and discover treasure and gems within the sand. So maybe it's that kind of sandbox that it's usually applied to the term open world sandbox. Because there are gems
Yeah,
and
because all you
minigames
say
to
open
discover.
world mean that anything that is open world, despite whatever else it is, would count.
Yeah, like the open world term just...
Because technically, like if by like just saying open world, Minecraft counts.
And picture number 1 is uploaded. Nice. I
yeah,
really got his
I
badge.
suppose.
My favorite story game, Minecraft.
Minecraft story
In the
mode.
alleyway.
Oh God.
God,
Is that actually... Is that
Huh?
is that good at all? Because I like literally know nothing about it.
I never completed it. But it's a Telltale game.
I
so.
played some of it. I mean, if you're a fan of like those like Telltale games, you'll probably get a kick
Yeah,
out
it
of
was
it.
for Telltale people.
Oh, I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
But
The Minecraft story mode is made by the Telltale developers.
Yeah.
Oh, I never knew that. Okay. Yeah. And so, I guess I should ask, are you guys a fan of the Telltale
With
games?
the car's obscured. I need to get a closer shot.
Hello? Are you guys a fan of the Telltale games?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's my next question.
I haven't really played any. I mean, basically the only one I've played was Minecraft Story Mode, and I think it's only because it was Minecraft. I kind of
really obsessed with Minecraft, or you like Telltale. Those are the only
I won't say I have a problem with it, but I mean, it's not my type of game, not my cup of tea.
I see. So was this just an example of like people are familiar with the franchise? They just were put into a game that's non-recognizable from everything else.
Well, I mean, it's just. I mean, it's Minecraft, obviously, but I mean, I'm personally just not really a fan of like the type of game where you're basically just watching a movie. It's not really
right. Like I'm saying it was like for you guys. Was it an example of you got duped because of the franchise? It was representing.
No, to be honest, I probably would complete it. I just didn't want to waste the money.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because another thing about the Telltale games, at least how they are like.
I'm gonna be completely honest. You're talking to a guy that would that read all of fucking Blaze Blue twice, my guy, and that's all just talk, and it's all just basically a visual novel, like five actual fights within the game. It's all just talking.
I'm not familiar with Blaze Blue. Yeah, nice.
So Blaze Blue is a fine game. Within the story, you fight like 8 times, and and the rest is just dialogue, my guy.
So is it? Are you saying it's a fighting game, but within its own story, it has this basically just cutscene to basically thread together the fight scenes?
Yes, except that it takes like 5 different dialogue sequences to actually get into a fight sequence.
Okay.
I think you're trying to say like the ratio between actual fighting and like dialogue cutscenes is a bit unbalanced.
There's like 8 fights. The entire story altogether, I would say, would be around
Driver.
8 hours of content.
Whoa, really?
Well, because mostly just dialogue.
I like you a lot.
And all that content, like 30 minutes is fights.
Yes, I have a job.
Really?
For you. Get to the Crescent Park Wall.
Okay, so that's really disproportionate.
It's extremely disproportionate.
Because the only thing that I could find a tie with that would be, have you guys played Injustice? God's no, that's something different altogether. I'm still in the basis of fighting games because Metal Gear is a totally different beast. Have you guys played Injustice? One of the 2 games at all?
Yeah.
No.
We played the first one.
Okay, yeah.
What was this? I don't remember which one it was, but I know I played one of them.
Are you there?
I owned.
Is it the shiny one or is it the present one?
But I can't find
or fool.
I don't know which is which.
Hold on, let me look it up. If I look at the game's cover, I'll probably know.
I think.
Something's up. And the only men I have left.
I think Injustice 2 is the one with the dark and brooding Superman on the cover.
Yeah, I think that's the one that I played.
Okay. I played the first one, and that one's basically just a story campaign with mostly cutscenes that are threading together the fight scenes.
The drive of fighting games, I'm gonna be completely honest, is not the story. It's usually the fight game itself. Even then, Dragon Ball Fighters, you don't buy that for a story. You buy that because you either like the anime or you like how the fighting game feels. It's one of the 2.
Yeah. And the story's not really that fun to play.
It is not fun.
It's okay for a bit because it's like telling its own original Dragon Ball story.
Okay,
it's okay. Really repetitive really fast.
It's okay for the first time for the first go around. The second time you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, because the story is separated into 3 different episodes.
3 different chapters.
And you have a bunch of different fights, and then you have a cutscene that separates different like sections you kind of go through. So like I said, it's okay for the first round, but like once you do that, you get like a hard mode, and you can get like special things if you finish it on hard mode. But once you've played it the first time around, you don't really have to do it a second time. It's not really.
You don't have to, because like the way it is, it's basically like, I think it'll be easier if I just find like a picture of the story mode thing.
You almost have like a game board like type of thing.
Yeah, you have like a game board.
Spaces to fight characters.
Yeah.
Huh.
And then you have like a boss battle space that you have to get to go to the next board.
Smash Tour. That's what I'm basically getting at. But yeah, for sure, like the story within fighting games is like the primary reason, like no, like opposite of the primary reason why you'd
it's not focused at all.
Like, would you say that with these fighting games they try to put some effort into their story, but it's still not the main drive of why people buy it, right? It's not.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The Blaze Blue do try to put effort into their story. It's just that it's extremely disproportionate into how they put gameplay, because they focus way too much into story and not enough on like how many fights they put within the actual story.
Oh, so with that one, are you saying it's like they overdid it?
Well, okay.
I'm on another job for Chan, and I get the feeling
They like
this time.
you don't fight too often within the game, within the story. It's very spread out. There's like 5-6 chapters of story before I actually fought anybody again after the first time. Okay.
Yeah, and you would say the fights generally take about 2 to 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, Josh, remember how fast we fight in Blaze Blue? They do not take all that long.
Yeah, fights in Blaze Blue, if you're good at the game, are pretty fast.
They're really fucking fast.
I see then.
I want you to steal.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too good, like, at all.
Okay, to be honest, I'm kind of the guy who actually does like visual novels, so I myself didn't mind it all too much, but to the average person, it's gotta be fucking hell.
I mean, I've definitely noticed throughout the years that I really don't like just kind of games that are just like just reading stuff or just cutscenes. Like, I'm not really a fan of visual novels. I'm fine with watching somebody like go through it, but I don't really like going through it myself. I'll just skip everything.
Yeah, and to clarify to people who don't know, like, this visual novel stuff is basically the cutscenes being presented as like still frames of a character with text bubbles, and then you have to press a button to like go to the next one.
Yeah, there's a genre called visual novels. What it is. It's kind of within the name visual novel. It's really like a novel with visual.
Well, yeah, just like to describe it to people who don't know like how exactly that looks like on the game, because like I feel the same way though, but to the certain extent, because I feel like we're all playing these games on a big screen.
Maybe I'll even find a
yeah. Well, yeah. Well, actually, I played the second game. Not the second game, but technically the third one on my PC. So I was actually doing it on my on a smaller screen than you guys were probably.
Oh, well, my point is like stuff like that with big text bubbles and character stills on a big screen doesn't look very appealing. I feel like I feel like it.
Yeah, because there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I feel like that certain direction can actually get away with itself on handheld devices. Because like you're working with the smaller screen, and you know, given like stuff like the 3DS or the PSP, they don't have the same kind of technology to give you the full-fledged animated cutscenes, like pre-rendered cutscenes rather, like every 5 minutes. So I feel like something like that would work better for a smaller screen, for like the more handheld experience. That's kind of why like the you know how the Sonic Generations for 3DS has all those text bubble stuff for their cutscenes, and the console versions don't have that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess that is a good point to bring up. Yeah, like if the thing you're playing it on isn't really able to handle,
based on convenience.
if it's not really able to handle cutscenes, then like obviously, yeah, you'd want to go with what it actually can do. So it's you do like the still frames and stuff, but
right, which is why I've never liked it on the big screen. Because it just feels so awkward, and
if you have the power and technology for full cutscenes, fucking do the cutscenes. It's gonna look better.
Well, like my point is, I feel like they do that for an intentional art direction.
I am gonna be honest here. Like Blaze Blue, it started off with like with like more anime style like cutscenes, and I feel like it would be a pain in the ass, a really like bad budget to. Okay, yeah. In my point of view, I'm kind of glad they didn't do the 3D animations, and they did the visual novels, because I feel like that kind of fits it, and it's more like 2D anime style than anything. And kind of try to keep that,
but
because all of it.
I felt like there was a but coming.
Oh, but no, no, actually no. Like I try to keep that, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it, but
yeah, I feel
probably not.
Yeah, I mean that's fine and all, but I mean like you could have made it at least like a little interesting. You could have done something like the My Hero Academia game does, and just have like moving like comic book panels, like.
Yeah, because I feel like with this example of Blaze Blue you guys are describing, they're really just doing the still frame animations for the sake of art direction. I do feel like that's intentional the way you guys are describing it.
No, yeah, it was definitely intentional with Blaze Blue. Even though there's seen people who made Dragon Ball Fighters and Guilty Gear, which are 3D models on games. Was that technically 2.5?
Alrighty then.